I'm just jealous that you have such a vast array of subject matter to discuss.
Shopping. Stuff we bought. Like, oh my God, fill my jumper.
We were just thinking of what we
Fill
talked
my
about.
pants.
Hello and welcome to Our Creative Commune with Pete, Laura, Liam and Bea. We'll be chatting about all things photography, videography and just having a general chat really over a coffee like we do pretty much every morning.
Good afternoon.
Come on.
Like, everyone's ready.
That's the
She's not
longest
ready.
yawn I've ever seen.
You interrupt me. The more you
You
interrupt
ruined
me.
it.
Black hole. Look at it.
Stop looking at
The
her.
whole house has been sucked in.
Stop! You've interrupted me again. Oh my God. My brain needs oxygen. My oxygen needs brain.
Yeah.
Few deep breaths, come on.
Right. Let's try again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Afternoon.
Hello.
How are we?
Yeah.
Raring to go.
That's a good indication.
Should we say good afternoon? I mean, everyone listens in the morning, don't
Yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night.
they? Good day.
Yeah. Good day. Bonjour.
How are we all doing? I'm feeling
We're both a bit sleepy,
a
aren't
little
we?
bit sleepy.
Yeah. I accidentally ordered another bottle of wine, didn't I?
Well,
we went out for Bee's birthday
today
meal.
is officially Bee's birthday boxing
Boxing
day.
Day.
It's a very exciting day. So yesterday we went out for a meal. We are such party animals.
Such party
We were out till, let's say, 9 p.m. Look how exhausted we all are.
8:30 we got back, but we did leave at 4:30.
Yeah.
4 hours. 4 hours.
That's
of,
a lot.
of frivolity.
It's a
We
lot
did have
for
like
us.
3 courses.
We were swinging on swings for quite a long time.
Yeah, 2 bottles of wine. Yeah, that's just us. Yeah, to live.
I've not laughed so much in a long time.
It was a
Honestly,
great
it was
evening.
a really, really good evening.
It
But
was nice.
it's
yeah.
wiped us out.
Yeah.
I feel broken. So broken. I'm
It's
just like,
comical.
oh, God. Yeah, there's no words in my brain. There's very little
We
brain
need your
function
words,
going
Bea.
on.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
bodes well.
yours are the
You
words.
drive things.
You've got to bring the words.
Oh,
I stayed up even later than 9.
You were up so late.
I watched 3 episodes of Andor.
What's
last
that?
it's
night.
you. It's
Yeah.
on Disney.
Is that the
isn't
fairy
it?
porn?
No, this isn't fairy porn. This is Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You need to be careful about staying up late because I was reading something today that was saying that people that stay up late have got a 10% more likelihood of dying younger.
That's just because that you people that get up in mornings are like
You
ultra-
people.
You people don't appreciate that, like, you know, as night people are just made a bit different.
No, it wasn't. It was to do
So
with
we
like.
don't get the lions in the morning. So
Yeah,
we
you're
risk
right.
long-term
Heart attack.
inflammation.
I have no
and-
respect for this.
Your father-in-law, he worked nights for 20 years and
He's fucked.
he's not fucked. He's still chipper.
He's at the doctor's every other day.
To be
but
fair, he is.
He's 70
yeah.
odds and he still goes out partying like he was 19.
Well,
You know?
Nah.
Yeah.
He was clubbing when he was 65. Now he's 72. He's back home by 11.
If I was like Ian at his age, I would be very happy. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And well, once we're retired, maybe we're allowed to sleep. Do you think?
no.
No.
Is Andor any good?
Yeah, it's really good.
Would I like it?
I think you might because it's Star Wars, but it's not like
Star Wars.
yeah.
Ewoks? Any Ewoks in it?
No Ewoks. You know, it's kind of
Is
it's
there nothing
not very
recognisable?
kiddie.
Shit,
There-
then.
no, there's recognisable stuff, but it's more like political intrigue and drama and stuff rather than it being
Lightsabers?
Yeah.
No,
Shit then, innit?
Would I like it?
you might like it if you could get over the fact that it is Star Wars.
Probably not then.
Yeah.
It's not Star Wars without Ewoks and lightsabers. Have we been doing any work? We have been doing some work, guys.
We had 3 weddings last week.
Yeah.
3!
That's
The work is happening!
Had some exciting weddings, haven't we?
More important, we had a wedding together, didn't
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Yeah.
You were there. I remember you being there.
Such a memorable
I was
day.
Yeah. So we worked with Ollie Foxley.
We did.
as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the 4 of us.
We
It
had
was
Ollie
good.
as our second tutor, didn't we?
Yeah, Ollie. I love Ollie. He's a great
Yeah.
guy.
He was
Oh, he's
ducking
so
and
good.
diving all over the shop. Loved
was.
it.
We've known
Yeah.
him for years. He's still 25, isn't he? He never grows up, Ollie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does seem so much younger than us. I don't know what it is about him. you know. He's got a spring in his step that we just don't have anymore.
What?
What do you mean? Look at us.
He fell down a ravine.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
He's going to be walking with a limp for some time.
He styled it out so well as well.
He was
did.
doing it silently.
Yeah.
He's just
he
like,
wouldn't have
he tumbled
mentioned
down through nettles, not a noise.
Yeah.
You know?
It was only
just
because
didn't
you were
want to
like, oh my
distract.
God, Ollie.
Well, you look
you
at someone's
okay?
falling down a hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounded like someone
Yeah.
was rummaging in the bushes.
Yeah.
Because we were shooting, next minute we heard this kind of
He was just quietly rolling through nettle.
like,
Yeah.
we turned, he was like, and Ollie's like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
You're not fine, mate, you're still rolling.
You're not fine. You're not. And then he sort of would get up halfway down and then to fall over
I
again.
know.
Bless him.
Yeah.
But it added a story, didn't it?
He did.
Yeah.
He was.
And the
okay
couple
as
loved
well.
him and they were like, thanks so much for like rolling in nettles for us.
Yeah.
So funny.
But he's a fantastic photographer. I don't think he shoots many weddings anymore, does he?
Well, he's got like a big sideline in like web design.
Yeah,
hasn't
he's
he?
got other things going on, hasn't he? But
Oh, and
yeah, really
architectural
great
drawings
photographer.
as well.
Yeah.
Not everyone can do that, can they?
No,
that's
pretty
very
cool.
He's a talented
Clever.
guy. Yeah, I looked at one of his blog posts before the wedding. I thought, Jesus, this guy's good. I need to up my game. He's really good.
Did you up your game?
I did.
Let's hope the couple on listening to this.
Yes, he did. All of your weddings this year have been absolutely amazing. They've been really good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I feel like
to know.
you're on fire.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
really
Yeah.
do feel like you're killing it.
Nice.
Aww.
Thank you. We both had destination weddings, haven't we? Where we spoke about those.
Yeah, have we spoken
Where?
about Italy?
No, we haven't.
No.
You were going to
packing.
Italy. You were packing to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
God, that feels like weeks
We had
ago,
tripods
doesn't
on
it?
like Oatly bottles. Do you remember?
Yeah,
we did.
Lights, the cameras on light stands because the tripods were packed. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a shit show. That when you were editing that episode.
Incense, smoke everywhere.
Incense, focus in and out. Oh,
Wait,
no.
That's why there's no incense today.
Ever
Incense is
again.
banned.
I loved it. Added some.
You like everything weird, don't you? You'd happily film all the episodes with us totally out of focus, just like
Yeah.
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 I just think it looked like, I don't know, like a sort of smoky jazz bar, didn't it?
It did.
I liked it.
Okay,
It is.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
We should
It's a bit too bright for that. Maybe if we do like an episode in the dark,
little lamp on the
we'll
table.
put loads of loads of
Yeah.
incense on.
Yeah.
Then it'll look like
Okay.
a little opium den.
Yeah.
Like it.
We'll do a special winter episode just for you.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
just one. Just one.
Tell us
episode.
about Como.
Como is so pretty.
So
It's just hard to
pretty.
get over how beautiful it is there.
Yeah, it didn't look real.
Yeah.
We like just kept
It's like
joking.
AI.
Like, what do you think?
Did you take any photos of the scenery?
Weather's not always on
absolutely
your side, though, is it?
Yeah,
It's
that's the
quite
thing.
high up.
True.
Lots of storms.
It does
and
rain a
thunder
lot.
and lightning.
Yeah, and it's very like green and lush. And
But that's
anywhere
cool,
like that.
you know.
But yeah, I think if you plan to have jumpers with you and stuff, it's just the most gorgeous place.
It is.
It's Cheesy Mountain.
Just
Oh
the
my god,
nice.
it really is
The
pretty.
mountains
The light on that
are-
as well.
I know. More of those same cheesy mountains.
Always
Ah.
clouds.
Did we do?
It's glorious.
Moody, isn't it?
Yeah. But I mean, we were there for 5
Look,
days.
Snow Peak Mountains up in the
Wow.
corner there.
Yeah, glorious.
Stunning.
What the hell? Even the cheesy clouds hanging over
Mm-hmm.
there.
It looks so nice.
Really does.
So we went on the Friday.
cheesy.
Pete's wedding was on the Sunday. It was just Pete shooting. You did a thing on the
Bit of
Saturday.
lane.
What was the thing on Saturday? You went off on a boat with them and stuff.
Oh, okay. The day
They did
before
like
the wedding, yeah?
Yeah, they did
Yeah.
like a pre-dinner on a boat.
Oh, it
the
was
day
on a boat.
before.
Nice.
The day before, yeah.
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 And
whole
then
thing.
and then the actual wedding was like adorable, like
Yeah.
gorgeous place. And then you went off, did the like couple on a boat thing.
On the Riva.
Which I was thinking like, I don't think if I was solo shooting, I think I'd vomit. I don't think I could do it.
Oh yeah, like you had to wedge yourself in with like
Yeah.
your legs and
I
like
know.
arms.
Your
I think
lens
I'd
are
I feel
yeah.
sick.
It's nightmare,
yeah.
isn't it?
And then
you were on a gimbal, right?
I was like, yeah,
for
but
that
someone sent us a message after the pod. I can't remember who now.
Yeah,
but
with the
like
top
saying like you need a gimbal. on
And
the
you really
boat.
do
I was
need a
just like, yeah.
gimbal on the
Yeah.
boat because it's mad.
Another top tip. I was on 35mm because that's normally as wide as I go, but like the boat's even smaller than you think. Like 35,
Yeah,
like I can get them
24.
in, but like 24 would probably have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those Rivas are awesome. Some of them are worth like £1 million.
Yeah, they're
pounds,
so
you know,
expensive.
The Riva.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, they
Fancy.
are beaut, but
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like handmade, aren't they?
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was cool because the photographer was Italian, and he was like had a radio with the guy that was in the boat.
Oh.
So they sent them off just for a couple of minutes so we could get some drone shots.
Yeah.
So I got my drone up as well. And
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because that's
Nice,
what you
yeah.
want, isn't it? And like you see, we've never done one in Como before, but you see other people's stuff and you're like, you want those key things that are like, this is a Como wedding
Yeah,
film.
you need drone
You're like,
stuff.
you
You
You want
need
that drone
a
shot.
boat
But then
for
I
a
was
drone,
thinking,
yeah.
I'm on my own. Like, if we have to get in the boat, like, how am I
Yeah.
getting this drone shot?
That's
And also,
what I
you
did.
don't want to be in it, you
Yeah.
know, when you're droning it and
It's
stuff.
like I did it when I was in the boat, and it's easy to take it
I
off,
just
but then
clone him out.
it's getting it back.
Yeah, I mean,
afterwards.
to
It's
catch
because
it.
the boat's like up and down, and trying to catch it.
Oh, yeah.
it could go completely
Yeah.
wrong. You could
Yeah.
try and catch it, ricochet of your
Terrifying.
hand, hits bride in the face, end of wedding.
Yes.
There you go.
End of career.
Just a few shots in the hospital.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was lovely, wasn't it? And like, I had a great 5 days in Lake Como, just
Yeah.
eating gelato
What was the
and
nearest
stuff.
town, village?
Oh, there's loads just all the way down.
Yeah, that's
So
the thing with Como. Like every little village all the way around is pretty beaut, isn't it?
Yeah, so where were we? Damaso?
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the village where it was,
But
but,
we-
that was in a village. You just like, there's a village, another village, and a village,
Yeah.
like all the way down the.
Yeah.
But we hired a car, so we just pootled around, didn't we? And it was great.
Nice.
I highly recommend it for a holiday.
Lush.
Did you see George Clooney or Brad Pitt on their Harley
No.
Davidsons?
I don't think so. But they were probably there, weren't they?
Yeah.
They can be seen sometimes,
Right, okay.
cruising
Yeah.
around.
Do they live there?
I think they've got homes there, yeah. So they can.
Albert said he would like to live there, so one day he will also have a home.
I
at
respect
Lake
Albert's
Como.
opinion as
Yeah.
well.
And I respect his hustle as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
I like that he's got goals.
Yeah.
Good. And I'll happily visit him at his Lake Como abode, so good.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if Cogs takes off,
Yeah, that's his business.
he can
Yeah.
buy us all a home out
Yeah,
there.
he's going to make an electric car business. isn't
Yeah,
he?
we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
And yeah, we can all go visit. I'm excited.
Yeah.
How was your week or 2 weeks? You did
so-
Kelly Clark's
Yeah,
wedding,
I
didn't
did Kelly
you?
Clark's wedding in Cyprus.
Yeah.
We had a wedding before that I'm culling at the moment that was like on a cool farm. It was great.
On a farm?
Honestly,
was it?
yeah.
Was that?
Well, maybe it wasn't a farm.
Oh my
It
God,
looked
this
like
time
it.
of the year. It's this time of the year where you're like, where was I?
Yeah.
And it was like 4 days ago.
Yeah, that was in near Penrith, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the venue.
Doesn't matter.
But it was a
great.
farm
Yeah,
field.
a barn in a field in the Lake
Cute.
District.
Yeah.
Grilled meat, campfires, that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that was awesome. I
Yeah.
like that.
I'm really impressed with it. Really
Yeah.
good photos. Loving it.
Yeah, Scousers,
Hmm.
really nice people.
Lush.
Yeah, awesome day in a field somewhere.
Yeah.
Penrith.
And then yeah, you went to Kelly's wedding
Kelly's
straight
wedding,
after
yeah.
that.
I've never been.
So
to
you went
Cyprus.
from one wedding to the next. Like you
Yes.
didn't go home in between them.
Did I go home?
Yeah, you came and dropped the pictures off
Pit
for
stop.
me, and then you went to
Yeah.
the airport.
Oh, yeah, I went to the
for,
airport
like early the next
early.
morning. So I think you were flying from Birmingham or somewhere
Shit,
like
yeah.
that.
So I had to set off at
It
like,
was-
I don't know, silly o'clock, get to. This is the thing now, like trying to find the right flights. It's all changed, doesn't it? So I could have got a flight from Manchester,
Yeah.
but it was like 700
wrong-
quid.
yeah.
Who's going to pay 700 quid to go to Cyprus?
Yeah.
So I went
Well,
to
if you
Birmingham.
need to, you
People,
need
yeah.
to.
No, I'm not doing
How
that.
much was it from Birmingham?
550 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem worth it, the savings.
I mean,
there.
but yeah, the amount of time that you were in the
150
car,
quid
there and back.
parking.
I don't
No,
know.
but it's the Scouser in me. It's like,
Yeah, just like,
no,
I'm not paying that.
I'm not paying that.
What's your time worth?
And I
Liam?
got the parking for £15.
Oh, that's all right.
Wow.
Yeah, so parking,
There you go.
Good.
if you don't already use the app, Just Park is brilliant.
Top tip.
So go on Just Park. Sometimes you can park your car on someone's driveway near an
Yes.
airport.
I've heard of this.
Yeah, I was in some shithole of a hotel, like it's just rammed full of cars basically, and it was like 15 quid.
That's so
Well,
good.
good sideline.
Whereas the
Nice.
airport was like 90 quid.
Yeah, it's so expensive, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
I
then,
had such a tough time at Kelly's wedding.
oh yeah,
It
it
was all-
sounds like it was really
all
taxing.
Go,
It
go.
was.
Well,
Very
this
intense.
is a friend's wedding, isn't it? Let's frame this. This is a
yeah.
friend's
Kelly,
wedding.
we know Kelly Clark, she's been on the pod.
Yeah,
She's
love
a
Kelly.
friend, she's
Yeah.
an amazing photographer.
Yeah.
She's a proper Mancunian. She loves a party.
Yeah.
And
It was always
just-
going to be a big party,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
I like a party.
Yeah.
I like a drink.
Yeah.
So Kelly
you
just
got
said to me,
involved.
Liam, it's just 3 days of getting pissed, eating food, taking a few pictures.
And he really
sold.
embraced that.
That's right up your street.
That's great. Well
Yeah.
done. That's what she wanted.
That's
Yeah.
what she would have wanted, yeah.
Yeah.
She did.
Text me and was like, it's so weird just relaxing by a pool without my family. I was like,
I will kill you.
because it's pissing it down here.
was
I'm
it
cleaning
so
the whole
glorious?
I
house.
was having a moment. I was lying there, I had a pina colada,
Yeah.
and it was
All right.
boiling hot.
Don't go on about it.
And I was rubbing some sun cream into my legs, and I just thought, I really miss my family.
Aww.
Yeah, because like they had their kind of little, I didn't want to sort of impose myself on their group.
Yeah.
So they had like a row of sun lounges.
Yeah.
And then I was like 2 rows behind. I didn't want to be like, all right, guys, I'm here. I didn't want to impose myself, so I was kind of like in the background. And I thought, it would be nice if you were here.
Where are my
tea.
people?
I'm rubbing oil into myself, thinking, I miss my wife. A bit more like pina colada. Yeah.
It was a great wedding, though, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
putting the previews together, and when you just can't stop smiling looking at something.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
It's like
where it was just
joyful.
like, oh,
Yeah.
oh. Yeah.
Well, it was. It's rare that I can just basically just do whatever I want.
Yeah.
I used to be able to, but I think as like styles have changed a little bit and the needs of couples have changed a little bit, I still obviously go down the creative route, but I'll also play it safe sometimes
Yeah.
as well. Whereas Kelly, she knows about
She
my
knows
style.
you,
She's
yeah.
just like, just do your thing. So we just went.
Yeah, you don't have that same like background pressure of
Yeah.
like make sure I get a full length
Yeah, exactly,
portrait
yeah.
of this.
Yeah. So we did like a beach shoot. I was in the sea and they were stood on this like big sort of archway over the sea called Lover's Bridge.
Oh, cool.
Gaz threw up in the sea afterwards.
Not from Liam's exertions.
No.
From a hangover.
Yeah, he had a hangover.
But Kelly did so well. She doesn't swim, and she
Yeah.
nailed it. She nailed it. She was in the water.
goodness.
She's got this beautiful shaping going on.
I
And
know.
you're just like, Kelly.
She
this
can't
is-
swim.
Yeah.
Went
I mean, she
for
can
it.
tread
Killed
water,
it.
so she's bobbing there.
Yeah.
But to get into the sea,
Yeah, it's like a
I
big
struggled,
deal.
and I got beach sea shoes on.
Yeah.
So they had to kind of crawl over this like coral kind of extinct lava. There was sea urchins
Oh my
to get
goodness.
into
They're
the sea.
covered in blood by the time they get there.
I just thought, good on you. That's the Salford in there.
Yeah,
It's stuck
exactly.
in
It's
there.
just determined.
Yes.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah, we did like a shoot after the wedding on the beach, and it was just a really, really nice day. They had lovely people there. There was only like 15 people there, I think.
That's so
that's
nice.
nice.
I
though.
think, but it felt like there was 100.
That's
Yeah.
a nice number for a
Because they all
destination,
had like
isn't
these
it?
big manky
The energy.
personalities.
Yeah.
So it was like a really good party, great food.
Yeah, you said that all the people were just really, really lovely and welcoming, and
Yeah.
the vibes that.
But who knew that Cyprus was fucking miles away?
Yeah.
It's a long way.
Yeah, how long was your flight back? 5 hours?
5 hours on the way back.
It's
so
so much
nearly a
further
long
than you
haul,
think
isn't
it is. Yeah, like
Yeah.
And you just sat there on a fucking EasyJet like a bloody battery.
Like you're on a bus.
like rocking backwards and forwards.
You sat next to someone who was being sick, so I think.
Oh,
this
no.
was the-
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I was a poor little old lady. She
oh,
wasn't
that's
very well.
awful.
Yeah. So I had to get them to go and like pat her. You're right.
Oh God.
Oh, no.
And then you got back. You had one day back at home, and then you had the wedding with these guys.
Yeah, you've barely been home really.
But that was a rest,
It was a great
Wasn't
day.
it?
Although
Doing a wedding with me and
we
Laura.
were so
it was a great day,
tired
yeah.
after that wedding though.
We were, weren't we?
Like it was weirdly exhausting because it was chilled. Like the people were really chilled out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And normally that's the biggest thing. Like if you feel stressed, that's when you're exhausted.
Yeah.
I don't
It was
know.
no lack of carbs, I think, because we were given some fancy food.
Lack of carbs.
But it was
yeah.
like-
You had
Here's
an
your meat.
11 p.m. pizza in bed, a whole pizza.
Well, we
in bed.
pulled up back at we like met up, didn't we, at Tesco? Like got out the car, and I was like chocolate. Liam was like wine
Yeah.
and a pizza.
Yeah.
We got some crisps, didn't we?
Yeah,
We snacked
and we
it
had a
up.
margarita when we got in.
Yeah, we did.
It was a great night.
Yeah.
It's good.
What about you, babe?
Well, I've edited all the previews, but I've also been solo parenting. It's been tricky. Half term was triggering.
Yeah, that's true. You've had half term.
Triggering, tricky. Yeah, because so Liam's away. I'm trying to do all the work whilst also entertaining Betty. And
Yeah.
like a lot of kind of mum guilt crept in.
Yeah.
because the weather was terrible as well. The weather
Yeah.
was not good. We'd had all the beautiful weather, and then as soon as half term hit, it was like, I'm going to piss it down now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, work aside, if you had no work to do the week of half term, what would you have done anyway? You know, you'd still probably have mum guilt and be like, come on, let's watch a film and stay inside.
I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it? The
Yeah.
school holidays.
But yeah,
It's like the whole summer holiday. We've got the whole summer holidays to feel like that, where we're going to have all the work to do.
well, hopefully Liam might be around a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it was just a lot. Both of us were ill. You know, when you're just like, no, I don't like this. No,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Next year will be different.
So I've wiped half term from my memory.
Okay. We'll never speak of this again.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to the topics of the week?
Let's do that.
Number one topic.
Ooh.
Bookings are down.
Oh, dun, dun, dun. Are they? I've not heard about it.
I don't think
No one ever talks about this.
I don't think we've spoken about it properly though, have we? We've kind of like
Yeah.
quickly been like, oh yeah, bookings are down.
I feel like we
inquiries are down,
mention it
everything's-
every week, but
Yeah.
yeah, we
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for you guys, do you want more this year? Do you think you're down?
Well, we've lost 2 weddings from this year,
Yeah.
including this weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we started the year hoping that we'd book like 2 more for the year, and instead we're down 2. So it's just like, oh
Yeah.
we need 4
I
more.
think it would be great to book some, as always, in the winter.
yeah.
Yes.
We don't have any room in the summer, but
We don't,
if we could
yeah.
book a few in like November, that would be lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And next year would
Yeah.
be good.
So I
Let's
think
get
we're on-
next year full.
I think we're
That'd
on
be
13 for next year now,
yeah.
which
That's
is
pretty damn good.
Yeah, that is really good for next year.
I think
Is it?
in February
Yeah.
we were on 12 for next year.
So it just
Yeah.
feels
in that-
psychologically.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
definitely less inquiries.
Hell yeah.
So that's the feel. Like, you know that less people are trying to book us.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
definitely
No,
Yeah.
I feel you on that. Like, we spend at the moment £650 a month.
Yeah. So what are you
on
doing?
Google Ads.
and it's
okay.
shit, doesn't work.
Shit. But
Interesting.
I don't know why it's shit, because I'm looking at the analytics and we're getting these clicks. They're coming from the regions where I wanted to get the clicks from.
Yeah.
They're going on our portfolio. They're viewing our prices. They're
Yeah.
going on contact forms, but they're just not getting in touch.
They're not pulling
Yeah.
the trigger.
They're not pulling the trigger. And the website is bang on.
And
Everything's
even
bang on.
then, when
that's
because we've
weird.
had inquiries, and you're like, you sound keen. You reply
Yeah.
straight away.
And then you never hear
Never
again.
hear again. You're like,
Yeah.
the constant feeling is like, but you got in touch with me. Like,
This is exactly it. We had an inquiry last week, didn't we? Where they were like, so I think we're interested in either your 10 or 12-hour package. They just had a couple of questions about groom prep.
Yeah. So they're looking super keen.
They
Like,
know our
Yeah.
prices because our prices are on our website. They've inquired with us,
Yeah.
saying we want either that one or that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got back to them, answered their question.
Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
the norm.
That happens to us
So
now.
normal.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
normal now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
So,
weird.
but-
It's very weird.
I don't.
It's like, are people just window shopping and doing that with like 5 people? And why are they just wasting their time? Like doing, like almost getting to the
Yeah.
very end.
I don't know if it's just 5 people, Laura. I think the only explanation for this ghosting is the fact that they're inquiring with fucking loads of people.
Yeah.
And then if they're having like 20 people getting back in touch, pecking them all the time on WhatsApp or emails, it's
Are they
like,
going
Yeah.
with that?
But I don't know. People are saying that inquiries are massively down as well. So how can people be inquiring with lots of people at the same time, but
Yeah.
across the board, people
Yeah,
are saying
that's
we're
down.
not getting the inquiries.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a good
true.
point.
It's a bloody mystery.
It's
isn't
weird,
it?
isn't it? It's a phenomenon.
Well, I
It
think we're
is.
about a third down, aren't we, this year?
I think other suppliers are seeing the problems as well. I don't think it's just us.
Yeah, they're just way less weddings then. do you
yeah.
think?
So what are we saying? You're a third
Yeah.
down.
I think we're a third down. So I think we've got 30,
don't know.
31, I think. Whereas like last year.
Oh yeah,
we did-
normally we do. Well, no,
40.
last year was quite busy. I think we did 47 last year.
Yeah.
But normally we'd probably want to be around the 40.
40, yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got
In
30.
the zone of 40.
So we're down,
yeah.
which is weird. And it's not for the want of like trying. And
Yeah.
also we've spent
More
way
money than
more
we ever
money
have.
Yeah, on
getting
marketing
that
and
30 as well.
yeah.
So it's like, what do you do? So I've noticed this kind of shift in the industry over the past couple of years. I could see a bit of a decline. And then this was, I can talk about this now, because I've not actually mentioned this on the pod before, but this is the first year Betty said to me as well, Daddy, you're always away from home.
Yeah.
Well, you are away a lot.
Yeah.
Like, of our 30 weddings this year, I think 12 are destination weddings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a lot, isn't
it's
it?
a lot. And the amount, like, you don't go the day before, you'll go the day before the day before. And then there's always, like, maybe a pre-thing or a post-thing. So you're away for, like,
All the time.
5 days probably for every one of those weddings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
It's a lot.
So it was Betty's comment that kind of triggered something in me because I've been thinking about getting another job for a little while. And then when Betty said that to me, I thought maybe it's time to do something like that, because I've been doing this for 23 years.
Yeah.
I can see there's a bit of a decline in the industry. It's more difficult getting bookings. We're spending more money on marketing. Maybe now is the time to kind of do something about it.
Yeah.
So I've been retraining recently to become a part-time driving instructor.
Yeah.
Which is something I've not mentioned before on the pod. I sat down and I thought, what can I do where you can pick your own days? What jobs are out there where you can pick your own days and just build it around your wedding photography commitments? And there's not many options. You know, you could be a delivery driver, but that's fucking awful and terrible pay. And then I just kind of stumbled across...
You tried that, didn't you, during COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I stumbled across driving instructor, and the pay, it's all right. And say in the winter, you could do like 5 days a week if you wanted to in the winter.
Yeah, you can pick and choose.
I think it's
can't you?
more the flexibility of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the only problem we've got now is that Liam's been doing this driving instructor stuff, but he's also been doing houses, estate agent photography, and the wedding. So we've gone from having...
Yeah, now he's got 3
quite
jobs.
a quiet winter. Now he's got 3 jobs.
Yeah.
And I never see the man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the estate agent stuff, that's been really useful, because while I'm training, I'm not getting paid being a driving instructor. So I can do a little bit of this, and then when I start making money as a driving instructor, I can just knock the property stuff on the head.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it's a bit of a shift for me, because
It is.
you know, on one side I'm an international jet-setting destination wedding photographer. On the other side, I'm pootling around Adlington.
Yeah, just a
teaching
little
the kids how
village
to drive.
driving instructor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the time.
it's the longevity of it, though, as well, isn't it? It's like something that you can be doing like right up until retirement age.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether you'd be able to carry on like as weddings are now. You know, doing the amount of weddings up into your 60s. I just don't know.
No, and I feel a lot better now that I'm doing this, because I've been worried. I've been, you know, suffering from anxiety because of the fact that over the previous years we've always smashed it.
Yeah.
And we need to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, we need a lot of money to be able to kind of cover our commitments. Like, you know, $7,000 minimum needs to go into our business account every month. That's a lot of money.
I saw in
So-
one of the groups this week that someone was asking for advice on maybe just quitting
I
the
saw the same
industry
thing.
completely, because like trying to protect their mental health.
Yeah.
And the amount of people that were in the same boat
Yeah.
that were really, really struggling was...
Yeah, I think I can definitely see the appeal of like I mean the initial thing is I need to quit, I need to retire, I need to do something else. I just want to work in a shop. I can't bear the stress and the constant hustle. But like the idea of having like
doing something alongside.
a part-time and doing it alongside
Yes.
and just taking the pressure off yourself, and then thinking, well, I've
Yeah.
only got 10 weddings, but that's fine. I'll enjoy those 10 and at least I'm like paying my bills and I'm not like stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think next year,
get it.
if we did like 20 to 25 weddings, we'd be okay.
Yeah, you'd be so much less stressed about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I do feel more calm now.
Yeah.
Because I do.
As long as you've got that base of another like part-time job.
Yeah,
along with it.
because we've
Makes
got
a
10
lot of
weddings
sense.
already for next year. If we get another 10 to 15, which I know is achievable.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, to get the numbers that we would previously need,
To get like another 30 weddings.
kind of feels
might be
like
a bit
it's not achievable.
Yeah. And just that feeling of like, oh, I need to constantly concentrate on trying to get weddings. Like, what we're going to do? Is this working? Is this working?
Yeah.
It's like it's so draining.
It is, yeah.
One of the great things is it looks like we might be able to deregister for that.
Oh, that's
as well.
cool.
Well, that's a sign of
You know when
where
it's like-
going as well. It's, you know, because
Yeah.
our turnover, the rolling turnover, was always like 120.
Well over, yeah.
I mean,
Like
we
it's
give
going
so
below
much
the
money
85
to
now.
the government.
I know, it's annoying.
But that just goes to show how much it's changed.
But you can't add
Yeah.
VAT on to a wedding. You know,
No,
you
you
can't be
can't.
like, well, yeah, it's $3,000, but we're going to charge you an extra. You can't do it. So
If you're doing
you just
high-end
have to
stuff, you
soak
can.
up the cost of it.
Yeah, if you're doing high end stuff, you can. But for most weddings, you can't.
I think though that when we went over the VAT threshold as well, it's like this awkward timing, isn't it? Of like you've got people booked in, but then when they pay their
you can't add that.
actual balance,
Yeah.
you weren't VAT registered
can't.
before, but now you are, and you're
Yeah.
having to pay the money on that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's
you
like
can't.
Yeah.
this is no.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Talking on the lack of bookings, did you see the post from somebody about running through all of your inquiries and your bookings through Chat GPT?
See that.
Yeah.
So that was
In order
just,
to
was
give
that,
you-
'cause they've got
Genius.
like studio management software, haven't they?
Yeah.
Because I don't think we keep track well enough of like lost inquiries.
I think
Yeah.
it's a great idea.
It was
if you do have
basically
it.
to analyze, so you could put your Google Analytics into it as well and analyze like which of your pages were performing the
Yeah.
best. Like you could put any information into ChatGPT that you wanted, like I don't know, from wordings of emails to when inquiries come in, what's the busiest month,
Yeah.
like
Give
of
you all that info. It's genius, isn't it?
I was like that.
Yeah.
AI is amazing. We should use it for everything.
Yeah, if only I had the kind of brain that was interested in the information in the first place, because I'm like, that is a great idea and I should do that, but
I'm busy.
I don't have that info.
As like it's progressing with AI and we're corresponding with people over emails, text messages, that sort of thing in the future, surely it's going to get to a point where it's like, that's not really you, is it?
I have already
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
a few like messages that are sent to me not by a human.
From where?
So this is actually about my table tennis, but there was a parent that messaged like the centre, and I run that Instagram, and he accidentally put his prompt in traditional Chinese.
Oh, wow.
So I saw it come up and I was like, I understand that. Screenshotted it and was going to put it into, I did put it into AI. And we're like, what's this? And then it was just like, just translated as like, can you also ask this, question? Which then he deleted this, Chinese language message and sent one in English that had this question. He'd asked it to add in it. And I was like, oh, very interesting.
People are using it all the time,
But
aren't they?
I think that's like a really genuine use case, isn't it? Say if you English isn't your primary language.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Like
there's
this is
nothing
what I
wrong
want to
with it.
ask, and then
Yeah.
yeah,
But for writing emails to clients, I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me.
they need to know everything about you, don't
Yeah, I
they?
used it to get a refund on something on eBay the other day.
You did, and you
And it
got the
worked.
refund.
It
It
really,
was so well worded, wasn't it?
yeah. ChatGPT win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, this person is saying that ChatGPT told them what they could expect to concentrate on for bookings for the rest of the year based on lead times, what people take their time over deciding in packages. You know,
Yeah. Useful information.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not interested in
no.
that.
I put our website through it this morning.
Oh yeah.
Asked it
What did it come up with?
for a review.
What did it say?
Oh,
Which
You
website?
get 5 stars.
Photography or
I
film?
put it through. I think it was ChatGPT. I put it through.
Yeah, which website?
Film.
How would you put it? Oh, right, okay.
Is it like you have not updated this website in 4 years?
Okay, so that's what I don't know if all of that can be read out,
Oh,
man.
I've got old lady eyes.
I put our website through to ask it if we were
Oh.
EEAT up to date with our EEAT.
It starts off really nicely, this. Okay, this is a beautiful looking website. It immediately gives a professional cinematic and high quality impression. Let's break it down. It's
It'll say that to everyone.
Basically, it's like aesthetics, gorgeous. Branding, prominent and professional. Hero image, the main image is stunning. I mean...
This is great. How long does it take to give you this?
Okay, so it's telling you all your strengths on there as well.
Is it giving us things to sort out?
It does suggest some
It-
things to work on.
it is saying
so
some
social
areas-
proofs.
Yeah, for potential enhancement, articulating the why behind the price, showcasing the luxury experience through testimonials,
Yeah, so the client
yeah, good idea.
experience.
venue spotlights,
and-
the client journey, deepening engagement before getting in touch, more detailed package info.
Yeah,
There's
the review thing is a good
technical
idea.
and SEO,
SEO. Does it know about SEO? Does it?
It says nothing about SEO. It's just
Yeah,
like,
no
it's
one
hard for it to
fucking
judge that
knows
from because
anymore.
it was a screenshot.
It's just like, are you targeting SEO keywords? That
Yeah.
kind of thing.
This is great, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's useful.
I'm gonna do this. What did you? What was?
You
what was the prompt?
Just before you were like,
I'm doing it. I'm doing
For
it.
this sort of thing, it's useful, but not for
What was
like.
the prompt? 'Cause
not for writing to people.
Yeah.
Apparently, by 2300, AI will have taken over and world population will only be 100 million.
Wow. Yeah, I can see that happening.
But that could be fake news. I was like, how are they? How
Yeah.
are they killing everybody?
We won't
What's
be here, though,
happening?
so it's
or are we
fine.
all just?
Super.
There's a
Are we all
website.
just not needed anymore?
There's a
Super
website
robot.
like AI 2027, which is written by some like former like artificial intelligence researcher,
Yeah.
providing two like scenarios for like it's going to kill us all or not.
Okay. Well, I'm always
it
really
makes
polite
grim
to
reading.
my ChatGPT.
You
'cause
should
I'm like,
be.
Yeah, apparently that's not really the big deal. It's whether the AI is going to be aligned with our interests or just lying that it is.
Yeah. Pretending to be working for us.
Yeah, and then at a certain point when it wants the space that we occupy to have more processing power
Okay.
to build that there. Whether it's like no, like these people, or
God, is
they
it?
have value,
That Superman 1.
right?
Yeah, when the machine takes over, and it's.
Yeah.
That's all I've got in my head
It's
now.
been a fear of
Kill the
humans for
machine.
generations,
It
though,
has.
hasn't it? That robots
Yeah.
are going to take over the world.
Yeah. Oh, it's very exciting. You should read it.
What else have we got, B?
We have also got, that came up this week, the importance of the client. So someone had an experience this week where a photographer had said to a bride that they charged them £300 to look for a full-length photo of the bride.
I remember reading
As an
this.
aside, the photographer was flabbergasted that a
Yeah.
full-length photo hadn't been taken.
Yeah.
But yeah, thoughts. An interesting aside to this was that one person's take on this was that they had introduced, when they sent the gallery out to their clients, they'd introduced actually asking them whether they wanted any re-edits or if there was anything that they could help them
Yeah.
with, which was something I had never thought of. Normally, I think
Like the opposite.
the opposite is
Yeah.
it's kind of like, there you go, done.
Yeah. Do not welcome
Bye-bye.
feedback.
But actually, I was kind of a bit like,
Well,
Well,
you want at the end of the day, you want every client to go away with 100% everything they want.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
be really, really happy and tell everyone about it.
And I think
customer
certainly
experience.
at this point where everyone is a bit like, am I doing something
I think this
wrong?
is
Like,
it.
inquiries are
Yeah,
down.
everyone's paranoid.
I
that
need
they're-
to tweak this to absolute perfection.
I think we're all a bit paranoid. Like, what is it? Am I missing something that's really obvious that I'm
Yeah.
supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
So I get why you would do that, but I still, I don't know. Maybe I'm too stuck
do
in my
you-
ways. But I think the idea of like, here's your wedding film.
There was
Let me know
something-
if there's anything missing or anything
the
you want me
thing
to
is, so
put
much
in.
love goes into it.
Yeah.
And an awful lot of time as well. That if someone then comes back and for photos, maybe it's a bit easier, but for a film, I would
Yeah.
imagine it's a bit.
You're like, don't make me change.
A bit trickier.
bits. Yeah.
So this person saying that it was a £300 fee to look for an extra photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
so what's that
suspicion.
about?
I think the suspicion was that maybe there were more requests in there
Yeah.
other than
Yes.
just.
Because it can't be for that,
can't
for
be for
one
one
picture.
photo.
for that. So
If a client got in touch with you, because it happens all the time, doesn't it, when you're doing pictures?
Yeah.
Have you got any more pictures of my auntie? Can I have a full length of this? Have you got this in black and white? Like, whatever. Just a random, like, can I have this?
Yeah.
Like, would you ever charge them?
Hell no.
I don't think I could.
No.
Unless it was something like where they were saying, okay, so can you make all of these colour
Yeah.
images black and white? And like, I want a duplicate of every colour image and every black and white image. In which case, that's
Yeah.
a
Hours.
lot of extra work for me. In
Yeah.
that case, it might be a different scenario. I might be like,
Even so,
Yes, I can,
I
however-
can imagine being like really, really moany about it.
but not
then
to them.
just doing it.
Yeah,
just
moan
do
to
it.
each other like,
But I got
oh. and then you
300
just-
At the point where
pounds
you're
for-
actually writing like, I will, but it will cost you. It's just like, and I know that is really good business practice, probably, but like, I don't think I could do it.
I mean, it's bold, isn't it,
Yeah.
to be like that? And we get requests all the time. Not all the time, but when we get requests, it's for
Yeah.
extra photographs.
Yeah.
So we'll happily do that.
It's
But
not
there's
that they don't like
the thing
anything,
is
it's that they just want
There's never
extra.
anything extra.
Yeah.
It's like
You've got it all.
it's like all I've got rid of are
Yeah.
like unattractive photos where you're just blinking or grimacing or
Yeah.
in bad light or they're duplicates.
Yeah.
That's it. Everything that
Yeah.
could have been included was included. I'm not taking
don't
stuff
know.
out
I
just for
Like, this person was like horrified that they didn't have a
full
full
length-
length
this-
picture of the bride, and at first it made me think like, there's bound to be weddings we photograph.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought exactly the same thing. I was like,
That's not like a given,
it's not like
is
a
it?
standard thing that Liam's like,
I think that's quite.
then when
But that's a new.
80s.
That's not
Yeah.
part of this editorial
Yeah.
bringing
But
back the
that-
'80s vibe.
when I
Yeah.
read the thread, everyone was like, come on, that's a
Horrified.
basic. You do a full length,
Yeah.
you do a cropped
So-
in, you
so
do a
you-
of both the bride and the groom. I was like,
Of the both of them.
Full length of the groom, interesting.
this,
Yeah.
are we doing, if we're doing that, are we doing it of each of the bridesmaids, the groomsmen? Are we doing it of pet?
You know what?
Where does it stop?
A lot of our clients have always been people that don't really love like posing. And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's like the worst nightmare is me being like, can you stand there on
And
your
we
own?
always lent into
Like-
that, with a documentary vibe. So
Yeah.
it's just like, no, we're not going to promise that we're going to do all these posy pictures.
But like,
Yeah.
I get
But
that
people
you'd
want
want to
that.
see your whole dress at some point.
Yeah, but
you know,
you
but
think-
can you be walking down the aisle?
Walking down the
Like-
aisle.
Yeah, exactly.
Or when
Doing
you're walking
something.
into church.
Yeah.
or-
And if you're
there's,
posing them,
there's definitely going to be some moments, aren't there, where,
Yeah, where
even
it
if it's
shows.
There's not.
documentary,
Yeah.
Maybe
there's not. This is
Yeah.
what it made me
Maybe
think.
they're on
like,
a 200
oh, shit.
lens while they're coming
Yeah.
down the aisle.
It made me think, oh shit, next time I'm photographing, don't forget to do that, because apparently you know, that's a given.
I found that the most shocking thing of it. That I was like, are all these photographers doing this?
Yeah.
And we're just like old-fashioned over here.
Yeah.
we don't always do it, but like we've never had anyone say, "Oh, Liam, why did you miss this shot?"
I think actually once we have, and it was a long time ago, I'm going to say that it was pre-Betty,
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
And someone had said, is there a portrait of me on my own, full
Yeah.
length?
Oh, yeah.
And at,
Yeah.
the,
So
time,
it's
at
right.
the time, it just wasn't.
We've
not a
had it
thing.
once as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
We've had it once.
But I've
and
never
we had
thought of it
loads
as a-
of full length shots of the dress, but they were always with their husband.
Yeah, they were always doing,
Yeah.
like action.
Yeah.
I remember seeing once someone was pissed off because like someone else had done the pictures, but they were pissed off that they didn't have full length of like all the group shots. You know, all the group shots were like cropped in like waist up,
Yeah.
and they're like, we want the whole
Yeah, I get
outfits. You know,
I get that.
Well,
that's a similar vibe.
We always
though,
try and
like-
do that because, when we shot weddings always together, like one of us would be on
Yeah, be like
a
cropped
wider
in
one
and
for the
one,
full
yeah.
length and one would
Yeah.
be for the.
But that's the same vein, isn't it?
Sometimes
It
it's not
is.
possible though, like you know if it's raining outside and you've
Yeah.
got to squidge them in
Yeah.
at like a certain area.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's and you just got stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
Group shots, though, as soon as I shoot group shots, I do it in such a way that I get myself in the head of the parents and the grandparents.
Yeah,
Like, what are
it's
they
not the
gonna
couple, it's like the people that might
Some
frame
full
it.
length, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just simple and classic.
Yeah.
Pulls.
Yeah, that's so funny. We had the same thought there. Like,
know, I
oh,
was like,
shit.
Yeah.
What else? Can people please write in and tell me what else is like a given?
I seem to remember. Was it also in that chat where someone had asked for feedback, not on the pictures, but like on everything, like feedback on their
Yeah.
experience, like with them, like in total? And it sounded like they'd got
That's
some quite,
awkward, isn't it?
quite like frank feedback, like not offensive, but like
Yeah.
they were
Useful
like,
for the business.
Like, stuff they hadn't thought of.
Yeah.
And I thought that's good, but I'm terrified.
I don't think I can take
I'm
it.
too sensitive for that.
Mm.
You know?
If you're doing these full length shots of the bride, though, and she's got like a big train, what are you gonna do? You're gonna have it like swoosh around to the front, or you're gonna have it turning around,
can't.
facing away with the train coming towards the camera, or
Yeah.
is she gonna be stood to the side with the train going that way? You know,
Yeah.
It's
You're
just
gonna have
not
to do all
possible
of it.
sometimes. Again, rainy day. At what point are you doing this?
Yeah, true.
If you can't go outside
Yeah.
on
You've got to do it somewhere,
It'd be
but it's a given.
inside,
On
it
some
would be
stairs.
in the the meal room, wouldn't it? With
It'd
all
be in the meal room,
decorations.
or it
Yeah.
would be on a staircase.
Yeah.
Or on a
And
fucking bridge.
I just think it's all really like, it is quite old-fashioned, isn't it?
Yeah, but I do think that the editorial thing is basically
The same.
old-fashioned photos,
Just edited differently.
refreshed with a
Yeah.
kind of
Wonk.
slightly modern. Don't, because that is a topic of conversation.
Slight wonk.
Yeah,
A wishy-washy edit. That's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hot take: horizon lines should be straight.
Oh my God, new information.
Should they not?
Laura
Yes.
took some pictures on the wonk at this last wedding, and I'm just
A wonk. You mean like I am accidentally wonk though? I've never done it on
Intentionally,
purpose.
yeah.
Maybe it's just been seeping in,
Yeah,
and
that does happen, doesn't it?
without you realising, suddenly
You're just taking a picture of some
know what?
shoes and like a
sometimes.
cake.
Do you not
plate.
find
You know
like
it.
when you straighten a picture and it's like it obviously has to have a different crop for that. You're just like, no, this is not working now.
no, I do think that sometimes. Yeah,
Even though you got rid of distracting elements, you're just like, no, it's not
it's
right
not
anymore.
that, Pete. It's not that. It's a couple
Horizon.
like stood on some grass, and the grass is going like that. I'm just like,
know.
I don't understand. Or there's a bridge in the background.
Yeah, tilted.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like people are doing
I
that
don't-
now,
but-
and it's working for them, isn't it?
Yes.
But my kind of take on this, same with the 35mm film at the moment. I just think that people are liking it now, but the young uns are going to be like bored of it eventually because technology.
because
I
everything
just
has
think it's
its
gonna be a thing.
time, doesn't it? Everything
there is a
peaks and
rawness
flows.
to like something looking like it came like, out of the camera.
Off
so
the
it's like
cuff.
there's
Yeah,
like a
there
little
is.
bit of variation. You're like, oh,
100%.
rather than it being like,
Yeah. Really.
I agree with you.
staged.
Something
Yeah.
that's got motion, something that was caught in the moment. There are definitely places where I feel like it can belong. However, when it's a staged photo,
Yeah.
It's difficult to view it and go, can I like it? And I just can't like it. I look at it and think, come on, Liam. Just
Like
share
it.
share
Come
it.
on.
There's got to be something in there.
Try.
It's like, no,
Just try and like
I never
it.
like it.
I don't like it.
chaotic energy, you know?
That's
I
so
just
funny.
can't. I wish I could.
That's so funny.
but I suppose that is the joy and wonder of life that
Yeah.
different things appeal to different people. And just because we don't like it, it does not mean that it is wrong or bad.
100%.
It is just, I
Also-
can't like it. I can't.
Yeah. Also, don't you think, like, because we do this, we've based our entire lives around this. We've done this for decades. We take it really seriously.
Yeah.
And like, it's just a picture, isn't it?
Maybe that-
like,
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Maybe
it's
we need
fine.
to chill. Yeah.
And good on you, if you're doing it and you're booking it, you're getting loads
And
of
if you
fancy
like
bookings and you're liking
you
it.
know, we can all
Yeah,
like
yeah,
different
exactly.
things.
Or do you like it?
Do you though? Look at it. You need to look at it, guys, and then
I'm not-
do I like it?
I don't like. We've not taken the pictures off Albert's camera from when we were in Lake Como.
Oh, yeah, we should do that.
But we know when we look at
They'll be
that,
wonky.
they'll be wonky,
But he's an
and we will
11-year-old
love them though.
child with no knowledge of photography.
Yeah.
I know, but is that rawness appealing in it
But
in of
you,
itself?
but you will love it because he took them.
Yeah,
Not because
there will be shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, if that's how you want to shoot.
but just like like we're saying, we take it so serious. Is it the seriousness
Yeah,
that
do we
like
need
is
to
putting
unlearn?
people off?
Unlearn
Well, like
shit.
too perfect.
Yeah.
I
And,
know.
like, we want the flaws.
if my 8-year-old niece had been going around my wedding taking photos,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, oh my god, little Nelly took these.
Yeah.
I love them.
And there would
Compared
have
to my
been a full-
professional photographer.
That I paid
who's-
$5,000 for. Yeah, you'd be
Yeah.
like, come on.
I mean, maybe we should just be going to weddings with a hip flask full of whiskey or vodka. Have a few gulps of that before you do the portraits.
Look, we know some
I don't
photographers
think you
who
need
do
to do that.
then
I,
it's just
I
like,
think you just need to twist your camera. Don't.
Yeah, but I can't do that because I don't like
He
it.
doesn't like it.
Right. Just like
Okay.
Doesn't
you
like
compose it, and then
it.
like, you're like, how do I feel? Oh, you know?
But you were pissed at Kelly's wedding, and none of the photos were on the wonk there.
They're not. Oh, no.
They
Shows
are
my
cracking.
experience.
They are so
I've
good.
got fucking
Maybe
clue what
it's the
happened.
key. Yeah.
So
like,
good.
I don't remember that.
He did say to me, I don't remember those photos, but
I love
Yeah.
that you still took photos, though. You
Yeah,
know,
I
it's
mean,
not
I-
like you just slacked
I've
off.
done it a few times. Like in Rio, I was pissed.
Oh, Liam.
I left my camera somewhere, and like I was having a bop.
This
and then
is
I was like,
not-
Where the fucking hell's the other camera? Walking around for about half an hour, and then I found it. I thought, that's where I put it. Like
This is terrifying. What are you saying?
the bribe was like, Liam, put your camera down. Just have a good time.
Yeah, it was like late in the
Okay,
day.
Yeah.
Look, now, you know what? You make a good point here, because like it is like how you are as people that people are, like remember, your clients remember.
Yeah.
So if they want you to like have a drink, like I think it, and you're not driving, then I
Yeah.
don't think it is unprofessional. To,
No, I don't think
You
so.
know, once you've got the main shots of the day,
Yeah.
Exactly.
to like
Yeah.
party with, because if that's what they want,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they'll
That's what they
remember
want.
like, oh yeah, he was
Yeah.
great.
We
Have
got
you
told
ever
off-
done that?
No,
We've never
But
done that.
But
We're just-
I'm always driving. Remember, we got told off by a dad once at a wedding
Why?
Why?
because we weren't going to join the
Joining
party.
in.
Oh, I like that.
It was nice. It was like, you guys are great, but you know, you're not joining in.
You should be
Do you remember
pissed.
when we were leaving?
No.
We were like, oh god.
That is the perfect.
I'm sorry.
Like dad.
Yeah.
Wedding, isn't it?
Yeah, what
I
a
love
vibe.
that.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, yeah, the importance of client experience.
yeah, yeah.
There you go. There has been a video doing the rounds this week
Oh,
of a styled shoot that actually turned out to be the organiser's wedding.
oh my god,
haven't seen
yes.
this.
so funny.
I remember this.
And how would we feel about being duped like this? Like if you
Yeah.
turned up to a styled shoot and were like, wait a minute.
So was she a photographer?
So yeah, there was, from
The
what
bride.
I've seen, the photographer and I've
Is
seen.
this UK or
No.
Okay.
No.
I think she's a planner, isn't she? The
No.
person who wanted the.
The person who was getting married, yeah,
photographs.
but I'm
Was a
talking
plan-
about the video that
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I've seen from the cake person and the photographer
Okay.
that they were not happy about this.
Mm.
But a lot of people were kind of like, well, you would have realised before she was walking down the aisle.
Yeah.
Why at no point before that were you like, I'm out?
The bit I saw was the photographer was saying that she'd asked to do. She's been asked by this planner to do this style shoot. She's like, yeah, that sounds amazing. It's a venue I want to work at.
Yeah.
And she rocks up, and it's clearly like she's the one in the makeup chair. She's like, that's weird. Like, why is she gonna be the bride? Like, okay. And then it's just like shooting it, and it wasn't until like a bit later, and she's like, are you good? Yeah, and like, yeah, I'm the bride, you know, whatever. And she's still thinking like, is this a real wedding? You know, like she wasn't 100%
Yeah.
sure. And it
Yeah.
wasn't until they're like, you know, signing a
Signing.
register and it's like an actual wedding that she's like, what the fuck?
So were,
Yeah.
were loads of guests there?
No, I don't think
I
there were.
don't know.
Right. So it was like an actual wedding in the style of a style
Like an
shoot.
elopement,
Yeah, I
wasn't it?
guess.
Elopement.
Like an
Okay.
elopement,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then afterwards, she's like, well, I shot it all, you know, because what can you do? This is
Of
someone's
course,
wedding,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
don't want to be like a downer and like ruin it. And then she said she'd messaged afterwards to say like, you know, she was unhappy
She
that
wanted
she'd been
some
like tricked
financial
into it. Yeah,
compensation, didn't
just
she?
like
But
these are my fees for a wedding.
I think the planner was only willing to compensate for the travel,
Travel.
which was negligible because I think
it was
she
like
lived
10 minutes down
yeah,
the road or
lived
something.
quite close.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks that. I think the lack of transparency. It was
Yeah.
like they were tricked.
And
basically.
if you're the photographer or the videographer, you can just, right, I'm not giving you the photo. You have to pay for them.
Yeah.
And I'm not giving you them. You've got something, haven't you, that
It's
you
a
can hold
styled
back.
shoot. It's not a wedding, is it? They're not vital.
But if you made
Like
the
none
cake,
of them came out. Sorry, but
That
you
if
know.
you've made the cake,
you've done the flowers.
used ingredients and like your
Yeah.
own money and your own time
Yeah.
before the.
It's
I know
just
that the photographers use their own
shady.
time for the event, but
yeah.
It's like-
But like we've had weddings before where people haven't paid, you know, like and for no real reason, like we don't know why, you know, and we've done the wedding and then they've paid, you know, and it's always
Yeah.
been fine. And we've
Yeah.
always thought, well, I'm still doing the wedding because I need to, you know, I don't want to be the reason they don't have pictures or whatever. But you've got something, haven't you? But if you were the florist, you've just been completely
it's
taken for a
wild,
ride.
isn't it? That you think.
What the balls
That
on
is
her?
ballsy.
What is she thinking?
Yeah.
Like clearly everyone was going to be mad at her.
Yeah.
You know?
Clearly.
I mean, if it was me, I'd be I'd be annoyed just because you were duped.
Yeah.
That's what would bother me. Like, don't trick me.
Just tell me
If
what's
you,
happening
you should
here.
be upfront about it in the first place.
Yeah.
And just been like, would you?
Yeah.
You never know.
It's really strange.
Maybe she would just be like, actually, yeah, you know what? I really want to work at this venue anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Honesty is the best policy, Stanley.
Also, I can't think of anything worse than my wedding being a styled shoot. You know?
yeah,
I don't like styled shoots. It's
Where's-
not a good
yeah.
vibe, is it?
you think it should all be about the emotion and
Yeah, it's like the
you know-
opposite. Yeah.
Do we know if she's been paid then?
No.
No,
No. Okay. Any more updates from her?
no updates of yet. But I just was like, this is
Wild.
yeah.
Yeah.
And also, almost doesn't surprise me at the moment. Like the state of the industry is like,
Yeah, the world's gone mad.
okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I could see that. Sure.
Yeah, I could see that happening. Whereas if you'd have asked me pre-COVID, I'd be like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no. Anyway,
Yeah. Withhold the photographs till you're paid.
Yeah.
For sure. on
For
that
sure.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, the weird thing is you say it was the planner. So like venue coordinator or like wedding planner but like people would possibly be willing to give like deals to like a venue coordinator or a wedding planner.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
they all knew what it was,
Yeah.
maybe they would have done it for free.
yeah,
Yeah, because it's like some
exactly.
people leap at that chance. You're like, well, I'll get my foot in the door,
Yeah.
have this great
Yeah,
like
so true.
relationship.
If I help you, you can
Yeah.
help me in the future.
Exactly.
Good deed.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
But then this is a total like
Yeah.
take advantage, fuck you, and you'd never want to work with that person because they're
You
a
can't trust them.
fucking liar.
Yeah.
Like
Trust is
The
gone.
betrayal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah. No, that's awful. And yeah, like a style shoot that you're doing for free, you wouldn't feel that much pressure, would you?
No.
Normally, you just
No,
be like,
you wouldn't
Okay, if
rock
nothing
up with-
comes out,
Yeah.
you might be like, say like we've got like our weird anamorphic. If we were doing a styled shoot for free, we'd be like, I might just try and shoot everything.
Yeah,
with
you might have only
an
taken your
anamorphic.
weird
Try
stuff.
something different.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
lens baby days. Like
You might not have
take
all
one of
your
those out.
stuff. Like,
Might not have enough batteries for a wedding.
It's a dangerous game to play.
It is.
Sure.
Oh, you might just take one camera body. You'd be
Yeah.
like, just stop
Yeah.
shoot. I don't need my
you definitely
two other
wouldn't-
backup
you
cameras.
wouldn't
And then
have
it
all your
breaks.
stuff.
And you're just like, well, it's just a style shoot, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll go home and get another. We'll be back in an hour.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you don't apply the same standards to
You don't.
a style
You're
shoot.
more
in general.
blasé, aren't you?
Definitely, I'd take half
You're
the
having,
amount of stuff.
you're
for
having
one.
a Guinness before the styled shoot. Aren't
Yeah.
you? You're propped up at the bar in the venue having a Guinness.
Why is all of yours about alcohol consumption at weddings?
He means a 0% Guinness.
Do I need to
He
be
likes the
concerned?
flavour.
No, I've done this at Owen House Wedding Bar when I've done like stuff there in the past. Like for Dan, me and Dan are propped up at the bar having a Guinness, and then we do the
And
shoot.
then you do the shoot.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. I'd like you've done style shoots with when there's other photographers, and it's just like, I'll just pop out. We'll go get a Starbucks, and then we'll come back.
Yeah, you don't have the same attitude
stress.
as you do to a wedding. Yeah.
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 There is one last topic of conversation. Photographers and videographers working together and the curse of tripods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saw a post from a photographer saying, like, will anyone
Yes,
work with me?
I saw the same
It
thing.
won't be in the way. Like, because it was weird, they'd had a client who'd specifically said, I don't want the videographer in any of the pictures.
Yeah,
and
there
I
can't
don't
be-
want the
yeah.
photographer in the videographer.
Can't be anybody in the background.
Which is wild. And, like, the answer to that would always be, like, I can't guarantee that.
I don't know
'cause
how
they do
you,
exist.
Yeah, I don't know how you could
Yeah.
make that work.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. Like,
You can't.
At least we've got the tools to be able to remove
Yeah.
objects if we need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Within reason. I mean, it's
Exactly,
not-
within reason, and you don't
Within
want to be
reason.
getting rid of someone from every single picture, and like,
No.
you do
Yeah.
have to like work together and know where each other are going to be,
Yeah.
and
Most videographers I've worked with, there have been a few times in the past where I've just been like, you guys, it's just so fucking selfish, or
Yeah.
or maybe you just haven't got the experience. But most videographers I work with, they know that they where to position their tripod so that they're not being like
really
obtrusive.
obnoxious.
Like, for example, top table, you're going to be at either side, aren't you?
Yeah.
Shooting across. Did
Yeah.
one wedding years back where they just put the tripods up in front of the top table.
Like all the way
that kind of
along.
thing, It was,
I remember doing one like that. The guy was on the
remember.
gimbal.
Yeah.
Goes on a
Yeah.
gimbal like, you're the dad, I'm here.
Just all the way
Right.
through the speeches, just like, there's mum
no.
reacting.
You're
And
like,
I'm just
what
like,
the
I
hell?
cannot. You know, and when there's like one video dude and two of us, and you're like, we should be able to shoot round one guy. It's like, it's impossible. He's just in their face the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, do you remember the first dance, like a videographer going around on a gimbal days?
People used to always video round in a circle, didn't they, in the first dance? Yeah, like I get it, and the ceremony, because this bit, the example that they were showing was in the ceremony. So like, she's going to walk down the aisle. And there's like a massive tripod at the back and stuff.
Two massive tripods and a videographer.
Which weren't
Right.
that was not a good place for him to be, especially for walking down the aisle. But like in general,
There were two of them as well, though, which kind of makes it worse.
yeah.
You know, if there's one at the top of the aisle, then you don't,
I think
you're like,
it's important for
No, no.
videographers to try and choose like unobtrusive spots, when they're available. Obviously, like you've got a job to do and you want to get a good angle, but like don't be right in the middle of everything. Like if you don't have to be.
But at the same time, I did look at that picture and think like,
You could have shot round it.
You could have
the
moved
photo.
to the side.
Yeah. That's the other thing.
both the photographer and the
Yeah.
videographer could have.
We were talking about this the other day because there was another one that came up where it was someone moaning about the videographer. It was in like a Facebook group that's like all about, like people being in the way. And it's just like the answer is always like, just move. You could have just shot it from there. And that's
Yeah.
the thing when you're taking pictures, like especially if you do both and you really know the difference when you're shooting between the two. Like the biggest thing when you're doing pictures is that you can like move your feet, and like a lot of the time people are like, well, this is where I always stand when she walks down the aisle. It's like, well, yeah, they are in the way in your usual spot.
But you see some examples, don't you? It's just
You could
like,
just move
look at
that
this
way.
videographer, and it's just like, did you deliver that picture? Because it would have been shit anyway,
Yeah.
I think the point is, right, when you put your tripods up,
Yeah.
do you do so in such a way that you know there's probably a better position for them, but you're putting them there to accommodate what the photographer needs as
Yeah,
well?
you've got to think.
Yeah, there's
like,
a bit of both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
And
the
that-
bride as well, because she doesn't want to like you can't be like right in the middle because like the bride's going to say she's in a church, going to walk in and then just like step round. You don't want to be like really obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's annoying because the ceremony, the speeches, you want to film them in full. So it's a stressful moment, really, for a videographer to be in a good spot. So, that they are sometimes panicking and just like throwing them up somewhere, and maybe it will be in a bit of an annoying place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
this is
get
what the
it.
problem is. The problem is that there's certain suppliers who are just putting their light stands or tripods in positions where they know that is the very best spot for them,
Yeah.
regardless of what anyone else needs to do around them. So it's a selfish
Yeah,
act, isn't
which
it?
is selfish, and really, it's like it's both ways. Like we want the pictures to be good. I don't want to be in the background of all the pictures,
Yeah.
and you want the couple to get the best of that, and like vice versa. You don't want to be ruining the video and be wandering around in the background of it. Like nobody wants to be in each other's shit, do they?
Yeah.
No.
But it's difficult, isn't it? But I think some people do encounter the other person who's just really like, well, this is the most important bit. You know
Yeah,
what
but
I mean? Like
nobody's more
either way,
important than the other one.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
But it's-
both can be oblivious, and it's
Or
just
oblivious, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that-
like ego or oblivious.
I had a-
Sometimes when you're caught in the moment, maybe
Yeah.
it's just like,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
so
my God,
sorry,
I'm
I didn't
sorry.
notice what was
Yeah.
going on.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
totally.
had an outdoor ceremony quite recently, and I had one tripod that was like quite a way away, like towards the back of the, from the back.
Yeah.
And then I had one all the way like from the side here, and one all the way from the other, so like shooting across. And like there were two photographers, and like they're both in all three shots at some points, and it's just like, how do you manage this?
Yeah.
These are like spread out.
I know. Well, that's
And
the other
like-
thing as well, and that's going back to, and a lot of people said this in the comment, that
Yeah.
they would never guarantee to a couple that there's
Yeah.
not going to be, a videographer or a photographer in the background, because you can't.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you just can't, and it's just like logistically they do exist, so
Yeah.
they're going to be in the background or whatever.
Yeah, like I've just learned when I'm watching it, it's like, it's fine. They're not like like drawing attention to themselves.
Yeah.
Like the photographer's there coming from behind this flower arch, you know? And it's
Yeah.
just like, I know the shot they're trying to get there and it's going to be nice. And I can't get that angle because it's just a tripod and I have to handle,
Yeah.
you know, and so you've got a lovely picture and I've got most of the ceremony
Exactly.
nice.
Like,
it's
is
just,
it a big deal?
Yeah.
Just communicate with each other.
Yeah.
Like, don't be a selfish prick, basically. Be a flexible,
Yeah.
accommodating angel.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Even when you're stressed.
Even when you're stressed.
Well, people are allowed to make mistakes, though, aren't they? You know, we're only human.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've done it plenty of times where you're just in a world of your own, just wandering somewhere.
Yeah,
and
we're
then
all
then
in
you're
a-
like,
yeah.
oh shit, I've just walked across that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
The one I'm thinking of, the second tutor was just like stood at the back for a while. You know, like he'd stop taking pictures. He'd got his
That'd be
moment,
me, Pete. That'd be me. Just like,
and like the other photographer like pointed out the camera, and they were like, you know, do you want to like? Just like that nice of that photographer, but it's just like funny because they just like they've got the picture, having a look through. I've got my other angles, so it's not the one I'm going to cut to, but it's just like they're just there, like just chilling.
Yeah, like you do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Funny.
And there's a photographer we worked with a few times last year, lovely fella. Just like he'll stand in the back, you know. You've got a few shots, and they just like stands. And he's like, you know, he's scanning the room, like looking for a shot.
it looks like
But
he's doing nothing.
behind like the person's speaker, so
Yeah.
like the angle I'd want to use because he's talking towards
love
like
it.
the camera, and he's just like.
That's so cute. I love it because just to have that level of just like not, you know, like I always feel like, oh my God, this camera's on me. Like, don't look like a dick. You know, like I love the lack of awareness, really. I
But
think
no,
that's
we
a nice
say that
quality.
to, like when we do talk to photographers, it's just like we've got all these cameras, so we can cut to a different one if
Yeah.
you are in that. So don't worry about.
and
them.
it's important, like when we're editing
we
multicams
can't like then
and
change
stuff.
our mind of like you're in this camera angle.
Yeah,
It's like, but
be
you said
pissed
you had
off.
other ones.
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't mean it.
But like, I always make sure, like, I never want to make someone look like a dick. You know,
Yeah.
like it's really important that, like, if the photographer is in the background or whatever, that they look like happy and they're doing a good job.
if the videographer has been a real pain in the arse from what I can see from the photos, I purposefully leave in photos with hair like obnoxiously in it. I do. It's like this little pass. You're evil.
Love it.
They were in the way.
That's
I've
amazing.
included
And then I
videographers
just-
in the like
That's so good.
pictures before if I think like they look cool. They're like not that they
That's
look
not
cool,
what
but they're
he's
like as
doing.
good. Yeah.
And then she's just AIing them into every other photo, like, where's Wally? So they're just like in the background looking stupid.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You know the last wedding we shot, and you were filming the speeches?
Yeah.
And I was limboing under your lens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it working, or did you see my big bald head sort of float past?
I don't know. We'll have to.
don't know.
Have a look, yeah,
We'll have to review.
Just for future reference.
For future
Or,
reference.
For future reference.
I just pray when people
walk.
just walk.
Oh, okay, do you?
Because it's just like
Yeah.
Oh, but then I
You
feel
know,
like a
like-
selfish prick. I like to
No.
limbo.
just do it. Just I think just ignore videographers and just don't stand still. The worst thing you could do is to stand still right in front of a camera. That's it.
I might do a Ricky
But
Gervais
if you're
dance
just walking
past you
through
next.
them, yeah, make it cute.
Yeah. Oh, there was one other thing people like to comment on everything that's about like tripods and stuff. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, it'd be nice if a videographer was just like one camera in the ceremony and speeches and like handheld. And
Oh my
it's just
God,
like,
you die.
Not possible.
You can't.
Handheld.
Yeah.
Oh
mean,
no!
like
Imagine
one
a church ceremony and just being like that for an hour. I could do about, I'd say, 3 minutes holding a camera, and then your hands just start
Well,
to
I
shake
hadn't-
and you burn. It just burns.
Somatic therapy, that, Laura.
It's so bad. I've had
I
a
get
few,
it, and
like-
people are just like, just take snippets, and it's just like it's not. There are differences to pictures. Like
Yeah.
they want
wanna see the
this
whole thing.
in full.
It
and
can't
if
be
it's-
waving all over the shot.
No.
It's so annoying. If we didn't give people the full ceremony, and I know not everybody does,
Yeah.
you know, like you could just do that and that would be
Yeah.
lovely. It'd be
Yeah.
so chill. But like we've had a few where we've been wedged in, you know, like I've been wedged in at the front somewhere and I'm just having to handhold and just, oh God,
Yeah.
the burning.
Yeah.
You know, I have the upper body strength of like a 3.
But endurance, she got endurance.
Oh, hard. Very hard.
Yeah. So stop asking us to do that because we can't. It's not happening.
No is the answer. Should we do our highs and lows?
Yeah, let's do our highs.
Who's
and lows.
got a high?
I've got a high. It's been my birthday.
Yay.
Everything's just been so nice, you know? Everything's been so nice. Last night, I loved that meal. And
Yeah.
the kids were playing in the garden on this swing at the end.
Yeah.
And Betty was like, Mummy, I really want you to have a go. Oh my God, I have not laughed so much in ages.
Yeah.
And then Pete got on.
I was having a great time.
Oh,
Everyone kept shouting at me, like, no, put your legs out straight. And it's like, it's not hurting.
it was so low down the swing because it was made for
Yeah.
kids that you could not swing your legs in a normal way. You just had to hold your legs out in front.
Not
But
Pete.
Pete could not.
Ball of wine in. Like, you almost died.
I did not almost die. And you're all like shouting, like, no, don't do it. It's just like, it was fine. The
It was
last
hilarious.
five times I did
It
it.
was-
Liam went on and was basically in a tree.
It was
yeah,
the
there was
most-
a branch like pointing at you. You were like this far.
It was like an episode
Yeah.
of Casualty.
We
Yeah.
kept shouting
It
like, no, there's a tree behind you.
Loved it.
It was
Loved
so
it.
funny. Not laughed so much in ages.
Need to get you a swing.
Yeah.
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 Loved
That.
it too.
Finished my couched 5K. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a runner now.
Just so many nice things, you know. I don't
Yeah.
have any lows, so there's no point in asking me about lows
Oh,
because
that's good.
That's awesome.
Excellent. Yeah.
birthdays. Gotta love them.
Yeah.
about you?
Hi. Yeah, your birthday. I had a really great time with everyone last night.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, like it felt quite good today connecting Betty's sink to the macerator.
Oh my God.
That was quite a high.
DIY update.
Yeah, well, I've managed to get her toilet plumbed in.
Yeah, you basically finished.
Yeah, and I had to drill like 2 huge holes through 2 of the main walls in our house to get the pipe outside, connected to the macerator.
Yeah.
Flush the chain, the macerator works, the sink is working, and I wanted to get this all sorted because I'm fucking off for 2 weeks
3 weeks.
soon, and I
Couple
wanted
of
Betty
months.
to be able to use her
Yeah.
bathroom. She's got a shower now, she's got a sink and a toilet.
So cool.
It's not finished yet, but she can use them while I'm away. So
Well done.
I mean, she's going to be in bed with me for the next 3 weeks. She's not using
She
her
will
bathroom.
use it.
she'll be using
She'll
it.
use her
She'll be very
bathroom.
proud of it.
She will.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Low. Don't have a low either. Can't think of a low.
Positive
Really.
vibes.
I like it.
Low is having to go away, I guess, for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that probably would be my low. You really have not been around very much already.
Yeah, and
It
you've
seems
got
mad for-
an impending section coming up, haven't you? Where
Yeah.
you're going to be
2
more than
destination
ever,
weddings, yeah.
like here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah, it's the first time I've done
back-to-back
back-to-back
destinations.
destination weddings where you literally
One
I
country
fly
to
to
the
one
next.
country and then I fly from that country to another one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
rather than going home.
See, that's a sign of the times as well, where these things have come in and you've just been like,
Yeah.
I'm doing that. I
Yeah.
can totally do that. I don't need to go home in between. You know, like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
At the time, it was like just like that sounds like an exciting adventure, but
well, it
logistically
is,
trying
isn't
to plan
it?
it, it's been
yeah.
hard.
It's a lot to think about.
Yeah, multiple hire cars, different flights, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Clothes, just the clothes and the
Clothes.
washing of clothes, and they're
Yes.
just lugging dirty clothes around different countries.
Yeah.
Is,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there'll be a day when I'm wearing some, boxer
yeah,
shorts
old
for 2
pants
days,
for sure.
socks 2 days.
Yeah, those poor
Stinky.
people at the second wedding. You're gonna stink.
Long lens. Use a long lens.
I'll be in the mountains.
Get the
for
135
the
out.
second wedding, so it's
Yeah,
fresh
it's
mountain
Austria,
air.
isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
like, how amazing! Like,
Yeah, they're all wearing
I'm excited
lederhosen
to
as
see
well.
that. So cool.
That sounds amazing.
So cool.
Can't wait to see this one.
Yeah.
What's your high, Pete?
I think going away to Lake Como.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so pretty. And a lovely wedding while I was there. So
So lovely. As
Yeah.
ever, you were not happy before we went.
it's the stress, isn't it? Just
Yeah.
it's just like, the just general like worry.
Somehow,
So many-
though, it's worse
yeah.
this year. You seem like a little bit more stressed before things than usual. The pressure
don't
on
think-
you.
I don't think you're wrong there. I've
Yeah.
been thinking
Why
like,
do you
why
think
am I
that
feeling
is?
more stressed?
Yeah,
Is there
you're
a-
like, why? Because
don't know.
logically, it's like I've done destination weddings before.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I can film a wedding.
Could just be
But
like into a mental breakdown.
Yeah,
who
like
knows?
there's
Yeah.
something's going on with the pressure. You know,
Maybe.
just subconsciously.
Talk to me about the immigration. I bet you it was just stamp, off you go,
Well, they
mate.
couldn't have given
Well, there's
less
3
of
of
a
us,
shit.
wasn't there? So it's
Yeah, but they don't care.
Yeah,
bloody care.
It was painless. Also, you know, we talked about it before we went. We went from Manchester Airport Terminal 3.
Yeah.
They did not have
the
the
new
scan. You
machines.
have to
Oh.
take all your stuff out. But that is the only terminal
Yeah.
that they don't have the new scanners.
Okay.
And I'm sure they'll put them in at some point. But Italy, on the way back,
Had it.
just leaving your stuff
I know,
in
everything.
your bag. Even not even the camera equipment aside, because I mean that is amazing.
Yeah.
But just not having to take your liquids out and thinking
Yeah.
like, I could fill this entire bag with 100ml liquid bottles, you know, instead of them having to fit in a tiny, tiny bag.
Like, do I have a loose Vaseline somewhere in
Exactly.
my bag? Am I going to have to
That
go through the
trauma.
whole process
Yeah.
again?
It's
Yeah.
a whole new world when you just leave it in your bag.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's my low then, like being nervous before weddings.
But then when we came, maybe you're getting better. Maybe it's wedding specific because you were better for the next one.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll get better through the year.
I think it will.
Yeah.
Yeah, destination weddings bring an extra level of anxiety. They do.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you're going a long way. Like you're in
Yeah.
transit with all your equipment.
Well, the things you stressed about were, like logistical things. Like, I'm worried the flight will be delayed. I'm worried about security. I'm worried about immigration. I'm worried about the car hire. You know, it's like those things.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot to think about, you know, and you kind of,
Yeah.
you catastrophize a little bit that something might happen at one of those stages.
Of course. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like you get to the hire car place and they don't take I don't have a credit card, so sometimes like I have
How do you do that? Don't they all do a
Sick.
credit card?
So I use
Okay.
Sick now, and they're always debit cards. Apart from once when we were in Greece, and they were
remember
dicks.
that.
They were dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's always things like that to consider.
Yeah. Yeah, just an element of worry. And I think also we put pressure on ourselves, like that we need to do like the best job because
Well, that's true of
this
every
one
destination
wedding now.
wedding,
No, but not
isn't
just
it?
that, but like also with weddings, and it's like this wedding I do needs to kick the ass of all of the weddings done before, and then like
We
we'll put
always
it on,
do
We'll
that.
put it on Instagram, and then we'll put 15 weddings from this
Yeah.
one thing. You know,
I
like
think everybody does
I
that
do.
as well
Everyone feels that-
nowadays.
that
I think the
pressure.
more you do it, it's weird how you never feel like you've made it.
Yeah, I don't think you're ever.
It's
going
always
to
like,
into
oh,
a
I-
wedding just easy breezy.
Yeah.
Never.
no.
And if you do, then
You do. If you've ever done like 3 in a row or like 2 day off and then a
yeah,
third,
Yeah.
that last
the third
wedding
one, you're like, I'm
where-
fine.
where
I'm
you-
good at this.
where you
Yeah.
don't feel the pressure.
That's
You've got
so
the
true.
tiredness, and you've just like I've been doing this for days. You just go and
I
do
just
it,
do this every day now.
and
There
you
is.
do a better job of that wedding than any of the others,
Yeah.
even though you were
Yeah.
just numb.
yeah.
So the stress isn't helping any of us.
No,
If we could just get over that,
Yeah.
that'd be really good.
yeah.
Yeah. I think
And then as soon as you get there, you're fine. Like as soon as you start talking to the couple, like you know, they're always way more nervous than you are anyway. So it's
of course they are. It's so unnecessary. It's
So
not helping
unnecessary.
anyone, and we should just stop it.
sorry.
Yeah.
You say this, you were really nervous about shooting one, so
The one that I
Yes, there was all-
photographed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because it's like it's been
It's
ages.
so long since you photographed, though.
Yeah.
And just
hasn't
that feeling
it?
of like, I don't even do this now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
But it was really fun and I
Yeah.
loved it straight away. So,
Yeah.
Good.
Did a good job of mentioning the pictures down.
Good.
Yeah.
Not a disaster, not
Nailed
getting
it.
sued. That's
Not
good
getting
news.
sued. Well,
Okay.
we'll find out. It's not up to us, is it?
True.
Yeah.
What are your highs and lows, Laura?
I think my high has to be Lake Como, just because it was lush and I loved going on holiday and it reignited a, need to go on holiday. As soon as I came back, I was like, I just want to go on holiday again. Love it. Just a little change,
Yeah.
you know. But also coming home, love coming home after a holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just appreciate everything again, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just lush. Yeah, really loved it. And I don't think I've got a low. It's been good. Had a
Nice.
good few weeks.
Excellent. Yeah.
Excellent.
Everyone's happy.
Wow, even though we're all exhausted, this is a positive pod.
Positive vibes.
Amazing. Well,
I
thanks
don't
for
think
listening.
that you're here on the next one. I
Right.
think I might get a replacement husband.
Okay.
Oh, I've got someone semi lined up.
Have you?
Yeah. I've got options for you, B.
Who can fill my boots?
Oh, well, we'll find out. won't we?
You'll find out.
Keep
You'll have
the
to watch.
mystery alive.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you when we see you.
till
yeah?
next time.
Yeah. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.